Hello everyone, it's Theme Park Avenue, I'm Eric, and happy Halloween! Nothing gets me into the Halloween spirit like night rides, and Kings Island has some of the best night rides of them all. So in this video, I will be ranking every roller coaster at Kings Island by its night ride. Before we begin, subscribe to the channel so you know when new theme park content comes out. Now, one thing I must get out of the way for this list, this is not a ranking of the roller coasters at night. It's more about how much the nighttime improves the ride experience. And that will be quite evident right from the first pick. Let's begin. Number 14 is Flight of Fear. This one ranks a lot higher as a roller coaster overall for me, but based on a night ride, this is an indoor roller coaster. So the night literally has no effect on it. That's why it definitely earned last place. Not really much else to say. It's still a fun ride, and the fact that the ride is in pitch black all day is fun, but a night ride is no different from a day ride. Number 13 is the Great Pumpkin Coaster. This one is the kiddie coaster, and at night, though I haven't ridden it, I will admit, I doubt it's really that much more thrilling. It is a fun little kiddie coaster from what I've seen, but not really one that's going to be a whole lot higher on the list just because of being at night. Number 12 is Flying Ace Aerial Chase. This one probably has a slightly better sense of speed at night. I have done it before, and I think it's fun, but not really a huge difference. It's good in day for what it is, not a great ride, but a good family coaster, and good at night as well. But really not a whole lot else to say about this one, so we'll move on. Number 11 is Woodstock Express. This one's night ride. The way it's somewhat weaves through the structure because the way they built the ride, that's fun, and definitely a much improved feature at night. So as far as family coasters, it's one of the better ones for a nighttime ride, but there are a few others I'll get to later, where the family coasters really do shine at night. Top 10, number 10 is Invertigo. Invertigo has a better sense of speed at night, and the ride is fun. There isn't much to say about it though. The fact that it has a very small layout means you're not really interacting with a whole lot, but it's still fun at night. Not really a standout, wow, gotta get on this at night as opposed to day. It's really not that much better, but it beats out most of the family coasters. Number 9 is Backlot Stunt Coaster. This one, I actually think, is excellent at night. And all the top 9 could have been number 1 at many other parks. The thing that stands out with Backlot for me is the main theme section. When you have the helicopter firing at you and the fire going off, that at night just hits different. Because you have a huge glowing ball of heat and light just kind of out of nowhere in the pitch black. And that's something special. I think it's a very fun experience at night. It might fit even better with the theme, and things such as the Helix work very well at night. Number 8 is Racer. Racer feels way longer at night. It seems like it goes really far out and back compared to a daytime, partially because you can't really always see all the way to the end of it, and I think it's a blast. You get good views of Orion, and as you're on the way back, I feel like the airtime just feels stronger and the sense of speed better at night. The second half is much more improved because the first half's already great in daytime, but the second half is a bit weaker, and in daytime that's a bit of an issue, at nighttime not as much. It's a great ride, and even though it is one of the lower ranked wooden coasters, Racer is a great wooden coaster night ride. Number 7 is the Bat. The Bat I considered putting much higher, but I didn't. The main thing that gives it a high ranking is the setting. It's far in the backwoods, and there's nothing else near it, so it really is a special ride at night. And it fits with the whole idea of it being a bat, given that bats are nocturnal creatures. Not sure if that was really intentional or a main focus, but I think it adds a bit. The main thing holding it back is I feel like the ride doesn't really have a much better sense of speed at night than in daytime. I know some will agree, some will disagree, many more will disagree honestly, but it just feels like this one isn't quite as, wow, you gotta get on this at night, as the top 6. Very fun without a doubt, and a pretty solid ride, but only number 7. Number 6 is Banshee, the first of what I call the Big 5. Banshee is phenomenal at night. It's pitch black, and that means going through the inversions you really have no idea what's coming next. The thing that's possibly most improved, besides the first drop, which I'll talk about in a little bit, is that final inversion with the insane hang time. The 0G roll is taken slowly, and at night you can't really see it coming. So that means you are suddenly out of nowhere, flipped upside down, just kind of hanging there for a bit at night. And that's awesome. The other thing is the sense of speed is better, and the first drop is already the best on any invert, and you get yanked over the side even more during nighttime than you do during day. So Banshee is an excellent night ride, and one of the best inverted night rides, period. Number 5 is Orion. Orion's sense of speed is definitely a top reason for it to rank high up on here. It is the fastest roller coaster in the park. The first drop is excellent at night, of course, and things such as the wave turn and speed hill feel very different at night from daytime. The experience is quite unique, given the glowing lift hill you get, and given that you have those neon blue lights on either side of you as you're going up. That makes the drop feel a lot more intimidating. I like that. It fits with the whole theme of it being star and space themed, and I think the ride is a blast at night, very much improved, and definitely deserving of a pretty high spot. Number 4 is Diamondback. Diamondback feels somehow way better at night, in a way that only 3 others could counter, and it definitely earned a high spot because mainly at night, the times I rode, there were no trims. That means you fly through the second half, and it made for a drastically different ride from daytime. Maybe it doesn't always happen like that, but when I experienced it, that definitely made for a great improvement. And even without that, going really far back at night, honestly, the ride feels like it goes way further out and back than Orion does, and that helped it in the ranking here for sure. I just think the ride is phenomenal, and at nighttime, it seems you get better airtime because of the sense of speed, and there's a whole lot more to it. The turnaround just feels so disorienting in a way that no B&M Hyper element has, period. So that's why Diamondback definitely earned a great spot on the list. Number 3 is Adventure Express. This ride does not rank very high based on roller coasters in the park, period. But it must be ridden at night to truly experience a good ride on it. In daytime, this thing is pretty unspectacular, honestly. In terms of where it ranks in the park for me, the answer is not high. I'm thinking probably number 10 out of 14. But the night ride is significantly superior. The main thing that stands out is the final fast portion as you're going under archways in a sort of helix around the mountain. The ride uses terrain phenomenally, and it hits much more impactfully at night. In the daytime, I don't know, the speed is just not there, and I don't think it's all that great. My only nitpick with a night ride on it is the fact that it's somewhat jarring to go from pitch black outside to the often brightly lit temple scene at the very end. But every outdoor portion is awesome. And a night ride on this is one of the best night ride experiences I've ever had. And, honestly, possibly the best mine train period as a result. Number 2 is Mystic Timbers. Mystic Timbers absolutely hauls at night. It hauls in the daytime too. But honestly, I can't imagine anybody riding it this year and saying it's overrated. People still do, but you know what? I still can't quite get behind that. At night, it absolutely flies. It's in like the 55 mile per hour range, but it definitely feels like it might be going 70. It has better pacing than most RMCs, and I stand by that. It's an absolute blast. Going over the river rapids at night, going through the forest. It's hard to get a wooden roller coaster ride experience better than this one. I imagine Outlaw Run's night ride is better, but I did not get one. But as far as wooden roller coasters go, this is definitely the best one at Kings Island for a night ride. Oh wait, no it's not. Number 1 is the Beast. Yes, of course, the Beast had to be number 1 for an improved night ride. Because compared to the daytime, it's much better. Now, I heard some people saying the Beast night ride is not worth it, it's not really that great, it's overrated. No, it's not. I cannot understand what it is about the Beast night ride that's so good. It just is. At night, the ride feels faster, but also longer. Going through the trees is a much different experience at night when you can't really tell where you're going. And above all, the second half is on another level. When you're kind of banked to the side, going down, gradually building up speed, and you end up in tunnels in an insanely fast helix. That is an unforgettable ride experience. Honestly, if the Beast was only night rides and I judge every roller coaster in the park just based on its night rides, it would probably be number 3 or even number 2 in the park for me. That said, daytime rides do exist, and they are not nearly as good. The ride definitely feels slower, and nothing really hits quite as hard, and it gets a little more meandering in the daytime. And that's why the Beast Night Ride is definitely the best night ride at Kings Island. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed this video. Comment down below your thoughts on Kings Island night rides, and enjoy Halloween. I'll see you next time.